Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another day, another edition here of the OSC Elite Rising Star 16 day number 7. I'm of course just ZvT with you. I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat, and by my plushies as well. Whew, welcome, one and all. Bienvenidos, papi, bienvenidos, as always, as we have returned with a very special tournament here. The OSC Elite Rising Star, for those that are maybe unfamiliar, this is a tournament that is restricted, not by MMR, but by accolades. Players that have gone too far in major tournaments are not able to compete in this event, and this allows for the up-and-comers to face off against each other here. So again, champions and players that place too highly in events like EPT, in offline tournaments as well, like they're not quite eligible, or offline major premier events, I should say, like EWC, like the Esports World Cup, like Stars Agora. And here we are featuring a set of very different players. Here we go, exclamation mark, be in the chat to have a look back yourselves. This is day number 7, so again, we've had plenty of days and the bracket has been progressing very, very nicely. It's a massive bracket full of players. From the top, as you can see, we've had players like Honmono, Nicoract, Mixu, Art, the other Art, Shameless, Inexorable, Percival, Sig, Moja, Jimmy, Baby Marine, Young Yakov, UD Soldier, to name a few. So again, still all pro players or semi-pro players in their own right, up-and-coming players might I add as well, and we have had some big results. I believe the previous edition of this cast was covered by Steadfast, and you can see Art did take down Art to advance onto the upper bracket. Percival took down Young Yakov 2-1 to advance on the face-off against Art in the upper bracket as well, but we are not covering and not focusing on the upper bracket, we are focusing instead on the lower bracket. Scrolling down here, again, it is double elimination, a lot of matches have been going on. We can see Sebestes knocked Jimmy out. Ooh, big win here for Sebestes. Jimmy is out of the tournament. Sebestes, he's waiting for the winner of Nicoract and Eba, and that is our next series. So we're going to be covering Nicoract versus Eba. That's going to lead into Sebestes, and that's going to lead into Young Yakov as well. Scrolling further down, we have Shameless. Shameless, he eliminates Baby Marine. Baby Marine is out of the tournament. Moja also out of the tournament as well. And we have Shameless versus Pappy towards the end of the broadcast, and the winner against Art. So these are the areas, these are the sections, or this is the section of the lower bracket that we're going to be focusing on here. All these 5 matches here tonight. Let's go. Let us go. As we are going to be settling in and jumping into our first series of the broadcast. Here we go. So up first is going to be Nicoract and Eba. They're facing off in a best of 3. I should also remind you as well, these are all going to be best of 3s. And here we go. We're jumping into game number 1. Game 1 is going to be on Pylon. Get everything ready. Oh, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon, we have the Red Terran. We have the Red Terran player himself representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player, the blue Zerg player himself representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Eba. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series as we are jumping into our initial best of 3. And again, we're going to be following our players into each other. We'll get there. For now, we do have our opener, Hashcat Spool, center opener at Eba. Likewise, Nicoract going for his own rank expand as well. And it's been a while since we've been able to feature Eba on the channel. Not gonna lie, Eba has been taking some time off. He has been playing a little bit less, competing a little bit less. So it's great to see him here as a part of the OSC Elite Rising event. We'll see how far he can go. Coming into this, I do favor Nicoract, for sure. I do favor Nicoract here. He is the stronger, more solid player. But Eba, he can spike up in skill. He can definitely bring it to Nicoract on a good day. He just has to bring his everything, his all. Oh, let's go. Let us go. So now our players are just opening up. Standard openers all around. Eba, he has been playing around a little bit with rushing into Hive, of course, and rushing into Ultras, as everyone has in the meta. We'll see if Eba does embrace it here, if he does play Lingbane Hydra instead. The other thing, of course, welcome to Pylon. Pylon is known for all-ins. Pylon is one of the smaller maps in the map pool, aggressive map as well, and this is where Nicoract can pop off. As Nicoract is typically very aggressive in this matchup. We have a lot of 2 base all-ins, 3 base all-ins. Oh, there you go. Hopefully everything's okay. So it was a bit of a pause. And Nicoract will chase the initial drone. He will delay. It does delay the 3rd base. Aye. And this is actually a really brutal start. Another drone! The other drone gets targeted down as well. And with that Eva, he cannot expand. Yeah, delayed hatchery here. As Eva does finally get his own base up and running, but again, a delayed expansion is going to be delayed. Behind this 3rd TC before Starport, economic opener out of Nicoract. And so far, Nicoract does have a nice start. Nope. Reaper does pull out. Pulls out. Behind this, we are getting into an Hellion production into Hellion Banshee. And again, it's still on Eva to recover and to minimize losses. Once a Hellion's in the field, Nicoract will have the opportunity to go into mineral lines or to just deny creep. It's going to be up to Eva to minimize losses, keep up with the Hellion rotations, and spread that creep. Without it, he's going to have a hard time defending his 3rd base and his 4th. So pressure's on Eva. Moving forward. Move in. Hellions, they take down one of the tumors. Not bad. One tumor goes down. Nicoract, he rotates. Does back off, does rotate. They do get into the mineral line. Roasting up some drones. That's going to be 7 drones going down. 7 getting up to 8. Aye. And getting up to 11 actually towards the end. That is brutal damage. Losing 11 drones here. Not just that. How many Hellions went down? 2. 2 Hellions for 11 drones. So Nicoract, he does extend his lead from the early game. And this sim timing is going to be brutal. Getting to sim, getting to a 3-axe. Eventually into 5. And Eba, he has had a really rocky start. Eba, he does attempt to open up roaches, but opening up roaches is meant to be safe. It's meant to be a safe way to open up. Eba gets supply blocks. I feel like at this point, just because Eba's so far behind, we got to all in. It's going to be a roach all in here. That would make the most sense out of Eba. To get a 4th base just for lava and to just max out on roaches. Another sign of this as well is no Eva chamber, right? No Eva chamber, no upgrades, no +1. We'll keep an eye on Eba. Also, bienvenidos Solens via in the chat. Babylings, Psycons as well. Bienvenidos. And Eba, he's going to be macroing out of this. We spoke about the lack of Eva chambers. Now we see them double Eva chamber. Tells us that Eba is redroning, resaturating, recovering from his losses, or at least trying to, focusing on 1 upgrades. And this will give Nicoract more momentum. Momentum, gets a queen. Here with the Hellies, they dive into the middle line once again, getting us another 8 drones. Oh god. 8 more drones going down, brutal losses. Nicoract is gearing up. Getting ready for his push. Eba, he's taking up in towards Infestation Bit, in towards Hive Tech. Now, I say Hive Tech, with safety infestors, Eba can hold, for sure. Can hold on. Going straight for the Hive. That's a bold move. Marines, they stim in, they focus on the Ravagers. Tank gets wild down. Eva's holding. Wiles on the tank. He's holding on. He's going to be rushing in, getting us other Banelings. Oh! Banelings to do apparently more fit in time. And once again takes out the second tank. Eba, he's holding on. Nicoract, he's maybe pushing too soon. Like pushing with the first tank, Lossa now moves in with the second tank again, just one tank at a time. He's been unable to build up. Nicoract a little bit too excited. Working towards Baneling speed. Can he get there? Dropping to the main. Nicoract deep on creep. Jesus. Has to be so careful. Here, Nicoract kind of gets surrounded. Wow, does not connect. Baneling's. Oh no, they split. Oh, it's okay. Yo, who needs to split? Just stim and win, papi. Yay. Takes out every single Baneling. Baneling speed is now finishing up. And Eba, he's hurting. Nicoract, he's out trading, he's out scaling. 2-2 upgrades are on the horizon. You can see that Eba's win condition is to survive into Ultras. But Ultras are a ways away. And these trades from Eba, they've just been too poor. They're just... not like this, papi, not like this. Here, Nicoract, he stims in. Lings arrive just in time. Nice target firing with the tank. Ooh, tank goes down. Tank goes down, and Eba is down to 3 roaches, down to 2. 2 roaches left, down to 1. GG gets called. Eba is broken, and Nicoract takes game number 1. Whew, GG. Nicoract does take a lead in the series. Again, it was a really shaky early game out of Eba. He lost so many drones, so many workers at the start of the game. Initially it was 8 and then another 11 on top of that, so 19 drones went down to Hellion Harass, and it set Nicoract up for success. Now, my criticism was that Nicoract, he was maybe pushing too soon, he was maybe pushing too quickly before he was really set up, so that did allow Eba to take some fights and to survive a little bit longer, but it was all trades that he could not afford, and Eba was just still outscaled as the game progressed. GG. GG, well played. With that, Nicoract takes the lead in the series. Now we're getting to game number 2. Let's go. Oh, on one of the older maps. Okay. Gonna be leading into one of the older maps. It's spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient Cistern. We have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran himself leading the series 1-0. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean, we have the English Zerg player from the land of the UK, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Eba. Let's go. As a reminder, this tournament, like many events nowadays, actually does feature an extended map pool. Does have an extended map pool voted on by the players, and Ancient Cistern is one of those maps that was voted in to compete in these OSC events. Events like this, events like OSC Elite mid-season playoffs. And of course, the King of the Hill. As we load into Ancient Cistern, the rush distance by ground is longer. The map is pretty open in the center of the map as well. This is typically considered to be a Zerg-friendly map. So this is going to be Eva's best chance, best opportunity. Slow things down. Speaking of slowing things down, Eva going gasless. Okay, bold move. So hatch into pool into delayed gases for Eva. Last game we saw attempted roach play into ultras, and it should be the same here. Where because link speed is going to be delayed, because the gas is going to be delayed, we should most likely be going into roaches. But we'll see. Keep an eye on Eva. So he does move out. Once again here to delay. This time though, Eva should expand. Yeah, Rush's background is longer, so the Reaper takes longer to get across the map. Hatchery will be taken. So it does delay, but not for too much. Not for too long. As Reaper does get behind the mineral line, Eva did skip Lings actually. Oh, it did skip Zerglings, forcing out 2 spores. Nice damage so far. Just forcing Eva to waste resources. Lose mining time. He's still attempting to join. Again, still defending with purely Queen. Oh, Nicoract getting his CC on location. I mean, he does recognize the greed of his opponent by seeing no Lings, right? No Zerglings, so CC on location. And behind this, third CC, 2-1-1. Oof. This is going to hit quite hard. This could even be a Hellbat push as well. So we could morph in Hellbats alongside this. Eva, as we mentioned before, because of the opener of choice, it did scream Roaches. So Roach Horns on the way. The reasoning for this is because of the late gas. And the non-existent link speed. As Nicoract does pull out. Tips in, pulls away, has, or did already confirm the Roach Horn. Nicoract knows. As one's on the wall, the wall's on the wall, Hellions, they just go in, they just walk in. And already 5-6 drones going to be going down. And thankfully, there's a full wall here at the ramp. Oh no, I spoke too soon. Hellions, they bust in. 10 more drones going down. And it should only be 10. Maybe one more. What a mass. 11. 12. It's 11 drone kills, and Nicoract, he does take a lead, he does gain momentum, a really strong start for the Terran player, because what is the follow-up? The stim timing. Remember, stim is on the way, double Medax on the way, and Nicoract will soon push across the map. I did mention that this could have led into a Hellbat push, but now we've thrown away all the Hellions, so it should just be no armory, just stim at timing here instead. Double eBay is going to be on the way, early double eBay, that's double eBay before the third Rax. This can be a 2-1-1 and can lead into an A-Rax, if the game goes that long. Oh boy. Some drops have arrived. Alright. Nicoract moves out. Behind this, the Roach count is still actually quite low. If they all come together with the Queens, I believe Eva should be able to hold on. Otherwise, Nicoract can trade well. It does go for the unload. Diving the Roaches, gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. Yeah, all 3 roaches go down. Now diving on the queens. Transfuses are limited. And a very nice trade here for Nicoract. Gets 3 roaches and a queen. For 3 marines. Now we can heal up and potentially do that again. These sims. Just focusing on the tumors. Does focus the tumors. From here he's on 5 Raxes. And he does take a gas. Okay. He does take a gas, but 1 extra gas at the third base is indicative of Marauders. So this can still be an A-Rax, but there it is. 4th CC is on the way, on location. Nicoract building up into a longer game, still trading well. Catching out more roaches. And a queen. And eBay stumbling his way into the mid-game. Once again, it was just a really rough early game. Losing all those drones. And it did set Nicoract up for success. And he was just been playing catch-up the entire time. Just been playing from behind. Trying to catch up. Sims in, takes care of the base, takes care of all the roaches, GG gets gold. There's nothing to defend, and Nicoract will claim the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations to Nicoract. Again, just a really strong early game at Nicoract. Early on in both Game 1 and Game 2, he was able to deal crippling economic damage, which meant that when it came to the main pushes, Iba, he could not defend against them. He could not keep up. Just too many losses to Healy. GG. GG, well played. Whew. With that, Nicoract does advance on to the next round, and the question becomes, who's up waiting for him? Who's up next? Sebestus. If you remember, Sebestus did eliminate Jumi from the tournament, and Sebestus, he was waiting for the winner of this series, and they're about to face off. They're about to face off here and now. Just setting things up. Team ready. Okay. But my condolences to Iba as Iba. He's knocked out of the tournament. Not a bad player at all. But as I mentioned before, he has been a little bit less active as of late. He's been less in form, a little bit more rusty around the edges, of course. And against Nicoract, you got to be in tip-top form, of course. Nicoract, and especially coming into this next series, bearing in mind that Nicoract, I would say his best matchup is TVP. This is where Nicoract thrives. This is where he does threaten the best Protoss players in the world, and Sebestus is gonna have to bring his A game here against Nicoract. Oh boy.